Hi, I'm Cindy from 96.1 The Eagle. I have invited Susan E. Campbell in from Rome. Now, Susan, you got a crazy private message from me, about a year ago maybe?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I love your photography. Is there any way I can use this in my blog? And we've become friends since. So I wanted to bring Susan into the studio and showcase how talented she is with her photography. So how long have you been a photographer?
Just 1 year.
1 year!
Yeah.
See?
So you contacted me pretty much immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
I was your first stalker. Okay. What do you envision with your photography?
I'm just going to keep going forward, just experimenting with new types of photography. I'm constantly changing, and it's an obsession for me right now.
It?
So I love it.
Some
I'm
people,
keep going forward.
yeah, some people like to read to relieve stress, and some other certain things. Photography is
my number one.
Number one
favorite hobby I've ever had.
Now you have a Facebook page,
Yep.
and we're going to link to that in the blog so
Okay,
people can
great.
find you there, which is awesome. What are your long-term goals with photography? I mean, you are so talented. Are you
Thank you.
interested in maybe getting into video and expanding it that way, or?
I haven't really thought about video other than GoPro camera.
You've got the eye, though. That's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
You've got the eye then.
I'm working on getting my vendor's license so I can start selling my prints, and then maybe going to different places to, sell my photos. And people have contacted me on Facebook, starting a website, just so people can start buying my prints, because a lot of people have requested that. And right now I don't technically have a way to sell them, so I've been just, giving them to friends and family. And
Remember when we were young, how we used to hang up posters in our bedroom?
Oh,
that's really not too awfully popular anymore. No. But with your prints, and if you can offer something like that, that really might be in vogue again.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe. You never know.
All right. Now, this is your daughter. Tell us a little bit about when you captured this.
She dressed up in her ballerina outfit, and all of a sudden I just had a great idea to let her sit on my dresser in the bedroom, and she was just looking at herself, and she was making funny faces, and I just picked up my camera and started clicking away. And she's just so easy to photograph.
She's fun, happy 6-year-old.
She's going to be 6 soon.
Oh, okay.
She's 5 still. But I just had a great idea because I love working with glass and mirror and reflections. And I just had a great idea to keep the photo where it was only in color where she was looking into the mirror, and have everything else in black and white. And it just has a lot of feel to it. And it's just, people really liked this photo, and I love it as well.
Now here's a dandelion.
Okay, now this photo.
We normally don't like dandelions like this. They're more of a nuisance when
exactly. But I've envisioned this photo since I started photography, or something like it. It didn't come out exactly the way I thought it would, but I really do like the way it turned out. The sunset, the dandelion was backlighted by the sunset, and I took it from the ground up. Very low angle. I was on the ground taking it, so it was neat. My daughter, again, like I said, she's very photogenic. It was right after a storm, and we ran outside because the sun came out, and there was a huge puddle in our front yard, and she started pretending that the curb was a balance beam, and I noticed the reflection, and of course I started clicking away, and that came out. Awesome. Yeah, turned out nice. Chittenden Falls, I took that about a month ago, and I did want to bring up 2 local photographers, Nick Simo and Wells Horton, who have given me a lot of tips on slow shutter speed and just the way to shoot, the best times of day to shoot waterfalls. And
now, this particular waterfall picture, it looks like you have done something different to it, or is that the shutter speed?
That's the slow shutter speed, yes. And I did it at a very low angle. I had my camera on the ground when I took the photo. And this one, I wanted to thank Mike Colangelo, because the first photo I ever took was at the Barge Canal, the same area. It was a different night, but he's the one that noticed my picture that I originally took, the first photo that I put on Facebook, and he really encouraged me to go out there and keep taking pictures of Rome and surrounding areas, and he added me to a couple of photographers.
He
recruited me, and I wanted to thank him for that, because I didn't get to, thank him, publicly for that. Right. And I really, appreciate him pushing me to, go forward with this whole photography thing that I'm really into. So,
speaking of your first picture, Did you take it on your phone?
I took it on my cell phone.
Yes.
And I look back on it and I'm like, I cringe because it was oversaturated. And
I'm very happy with my cell phone photos, but
No, you can take great photos
Yes.
with a cell phone. You can. You know, that's all I used for the first couple months until I actually got a digital camera.
all right. Well, thank you so much
Yes,
for stopping
thank you for
in.
having
Okay,
me.
we'll have you back in soon.
Okay, great. Thank you.